Hey guys, welcome back to the Woah podcast. Back from our sabbatical. Here's the thing: we tried the Neat Mic upload schedule to see if it would work for us. If you guys are YouTube people, you may know who that is. It doesn't. So we're gonna try to get back into the swing of things. We'll swing it around the table here. This is Steven.
This is Aaron.
It's Max.
And we're back.
We took less of a break than the logistics guy for our country.
We did take less of a break than logistic.
The guy who's in charge of all transportation that just took like 6 months off because
they adopted a kid. So
He needed that time.
I want
Bonding.
it was what did they call it? Paternity leave?
Yeah, paternity.
Which I know is a thing. It's
Yeah, it
weird to me,
is.
and I'm not getting into that because I think it's kind of BS. Because as the paternal portion of the family, you're supposed to provide. So, a little confusing on that front, though.
And I assume
We'll
he was
save that
still
for another
getting-
episode.
I
Yeah,
assume he was still getting paid. the
another
entire
place
time
not
with
doing it. Yeah.
taxpayer dollars.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. No limit on vacation time for taxpayer dollars. All right, so let's kick it off. We're gonna change things up a little bit from what we did in the past. We've decided that the three of us are just the kind of guys who are better served letting it fly. So that's what we're gonna do. And I want to kick things off by talking about something that I bet Aaron hasn't heard anything about yet because it's hockey.
Which is
Okay.
just so
Kinda.
insane.
More importantly, Russian hockey and Russian hockey players. So, currently going on, and the reason I wanted to I haven't even talked to Aaron about this until we did the podcast because I wanted to get his reaction like in real time. I didn't want him to have time to think about it because he'll give us the best reaction. So,
I can't wait.
so, Aaron, as you know, or you probably know, in Russia, if you're a male between the age of 18 and 27, you have to serve at least 1 year in the military.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really do anything, but yeah.
Right. So that isn't lost necessarily on your top flight hockey players that come from there. The difference is there was one Russian, I can't remember his name, who was quoted in saying, everybody has to serve in the military. Some of us drive tanks, some of us carry sticks. Basically, what that means is if you're a top flight hockey prospect, you can count military time by playing for a particular team in the KHL in Russia, and it's CSKA Moscow, which a lot of people still call the Red Army team. And the reason I bring all of this up is because Kirill Kaprizov of the Minnesota Wild and Ivan Fedotov, a prospect for the NHL team, Philadelphia Flyers, are one of them's wanted and the other one is, depending on what article you read, serving his country or being detained by his country.
So he's a spy.
But not necessarily. So what happened was there's reports that these guys bought fake military IDs to make it look like they had already served so they didn't have to do their time. I don't know what system they're using in Russia where it's just like you don't have checks and balances at all in your military. You just
Right.
It's
some
Russia.
dude buys it. Either way.
They're still using guns from World War II.
Well, either way, as of a report I read yesterday, Fedotov, the goalie for the Flyers
Right.
organization, is either, like I said, depending on the article you read, serving or being detained in like this super remote northern military base that's like an island all of its own.
Yeah.
And Kirill Kaprizov, at first, everybody said that he had fled to the U.S. That wasn't true. But now they're reporting that he tried.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he tried to get into the U.S. via flight by Dubai and was denied. Then tried to get to the U.S. by boat. Not just like a boat,
Right.
but by boat, by sea, through the Caribbean islands and was denied there too. So he's back in Russia. We don't really know what's going to happen to him. There's a bunch of pictures of him like hanging out with Putin. And he played for CSKA Moscow. Like he played for the team that they say that's your military service. On top of that, there's like a class you can take from what I read that like he did the class too. So
So
I mean-
why is he not good?
Yeah,
I don't know. But so the thought is, okay, if he's Putin's guy, if he's
Yeah.
one of Putin's guys, Putin will probably just let him come back and play, right?
Hopefully.
I mean, he's also probably the second best Russian hockey player in the world. And if you're going to make an example out of somebody,
Gonna send him to Ukraine.
well, that's what they're saying. So like,
Yeah,
so like the GMs, like leading into the offseason, we're telling Russian hockey players, like, don't go home.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Stay here. We don't know what's going to happen over there. And like most Russian hockey players kind of laughed it off and they did what they wanted. And
Those
one of the
Russians.
reports that I read now is like, no one's laughing anymore.
Yeah, they're drinking vodka in little huts they've built on the.
So the interesting thing of this was, so Thursday night, and we're recording this on Saturday the 9th. But Thursday night was the first round of the NHL draft. And they were wondering if like Russian hockey players are even going to get taken in the draft because you don't know what's going to happen.
No, they already got taken in the draft. It's just a different one.
But we don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. So like I was watching the draft, and Russian guys did get picked. But one thing I noticed, or at least the ones that I saw,
Yeah.
every Russian player that got picked was there.
Oh, really?
They were at the draft. They weren't picking guys who weren't walking down to the stage.
Oh.
So I don't know. I'm interested to find out what you guys think about that because that's a little. I mean, it's not scary for us, right? They're going to get
Right.
guys like clearly this is what their military is made up of anyway. They couldn't, as bad as it sounds to say, like and what's going on over there, they couldn't take somewhere smaller than Texas, and we're supposed to be scared of these guys. But it's kind of scary for like if it's your team, if the guys on the team are friends with them, stuff like that. No one knows what's going on. Gary Bettman won't really comment on it because he doesn't want anything to be misconstrued. And all the reports now are just like we're trying to gather information. So
I mean, they have to take Ukraine because if they don't, they look like pansies. And that's a little more important than hockey at this point. I mean, they already did it. They have to follow through.
yeah, I don't disagree. I just think that like
They're going to be a laughing stock of the world.
I mean, far be it from us to say, oh my God, Russia's changing their rules mid-game. But, like, it's crazy.
I don't even know what to say about that. I just don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
it sounds like as far as taking the class and then serving in the Red Army hockey team,
Cisco Moscow. Not officially the Red Army.
of the formerly known as.
Look, hey, here's the thing. We don't want our podcast banned in Russia. Right? So, Continental Hockey League.
Oh no.
Second best in the world. Unless you include the AHL.
Sounds like he's good. I don't see why he's getting held up.
I would think so too, but I'm very interested to find out why he's being denied entry.
But then also, maybe it's the pictures of Putin. Maybe, like Aaron said, they're afraid he's gonna come over here and
He's
from
a
the
dirty
NHL
guy.
spy on America.
So there's another important part of this. Sorry if you're a Wild fan, but you have to win the Stanley Cup to go to the White House. Like, what's he gonna do? Gonna get ousted in the first round and then run around and go try to see what's going on? No. Sure, they're worried he's got more free time
Yeah.
than like say Mikhail Sergachev of the Lightning, or Kucherov of the Lightning. But what's he gonna do?
Why does he need to go to the White House? There's no signs of intelligent life there anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, yeah, he'd take pictures. This is what it looks like inside. For the future, right? I mean,
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. Most times I do envy like hockey GMs.
Right.
I don't right now,
No.
and especially if you think like, so what you assume is guys like Ovechkin probably doesn't have a problem. Pretty sure Ovechkin doesn't have a problem. I'm not going to get us into a libel situation. Pretty sure Ovechkin doesn't have a problem. You would think Kaprizov wouldn't have a problem.
You'd think.
Kucherov probably doesn't have a problem. Although, here's the thing. Like, if you take the guys that play for Tampa, like Kucherov and Sergachev, and I can't remember if Vasilevsky's Russian or Czech. Something in there.
Yeah.
I think
don't
he's
remember.
Russian.
Big Eastern Bloc guy.
and like Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
Guys like Bobrovsky, like Bob was playing for the Florida Panthers. Those other three guys are playing for Tampa. Like if you have to pick, am I going to go back to the motherland or am I going to stay in Florida? I'm probably going to stay in Florida.
Yeah.
I don't think they're worried about those guys traveling back across the pond.
No, probably not.
But if your option is like, I can be in like fucking Minneapolis in the summer, I'm out. I'll go to Russia, hang out at the Red Square. What am I going to go do? Go see a Twins game? Like, no. At least if you're down in like, you're living in Tampa or living in Sunrise or something like that, like, you know how hockey players are, picking up babes. Maybe not Sergachev. Dude's not good looking.
No, he's not.
But he's got a lot of money,
Which is really all you need.
I mean,
which is all you
yeah, that makes it worth
especially
a
in
little
Florida.
bit. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a little wild. Pun intended.
Unintended, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens as the summer goes on. But maybe a NATO issue of why they're not getting back in. Broadcasting in Russia. And they're taking like all the sugary crap that comes to the United States out of there. Oh no. Whatever will they do? Read a book? This is going to hurt us more than anything else they could do.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be distracted. They're going to be more well-adjusted than anybody else.
They're gonna be in great shape.
They're not going to have a choice. The people may suck. They're going to walk everywhere. Palmy transportation over there works pretty well, I'm told, by Bernie. So who knows?
It's not your bus, it's our bus.
No, it's not. It's their bus. That's how it actually works.
Into the guise of our bus.
Right.
I get you. Speaking of things to the east or the west, depending on which mode of transportation you take, you got either there's a earthquake in Afghanistan,
No.
4.2.
Okay.
Okay.
And the only reason I bring this up is because I saw an article this morning, and it said 4.2 earthquake in Afghanistan leaves 362,000 people in need of aid. Why is that news? Aren't they in need of aid anyway?
They got plenty of weapons, right?
That's why we were there
Yeah,
for 20
they got
years.
plenty that were.
We were in
We're
that
left
area for
behind?
20 years to give them aid. They've always needed aid. The earthquake didn't do anything different.
So we started a Whoa What fundraiser.
They also live in mud
Oh, yeah?
huts. How is that supposed to
What was it called? Was it
support an
Farm Aid that they did? Quake Aid.
Quake Aid.
earthquake?
Aid Quake?
No, that's a different thing. No, I didn't see that.
But yeah,
All right,
they're in
Quake
need of aid.
We're
Wait.
gonna
As if they weren't already.
raise a bunch of money and send them cloth.
Okay, I understand a 4.2 isn't. It's
I
not
don't.
nothing.
It's a pretty big one.
Is it?
Relatively large, yeah.
What's that scale called?
The Richter,
Richter
scale.
scale?
Richter. I always want to say rectum scale. Way different. Or if you did it like that, you could do the pucker factor.
The pucker factor?
Now we're measuring earthquakes by the rectum scale, and whenever it started shaking, how much did you pucker? I say we do 1 through 3. Let's simplify it.
Just 1 through 3?
1 through 3. 3 is nothing's coming out.
Okay.
2 is
Dicey?
dicey, and a 1 you can just let it fly.
Okay.
I mean, isn't it crazy to think about though? If we can categorize a earthquake as a storm, the only naturally occurring event that's bad, that its safest place to be is outside. The only one.
I mean, true.
Tsunami, the safest place to be is on the water.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I
out in a
don't know
boat.
much about it.
Yeah, out in a boat on the water because it like rises slowly,
Hmm.
so you're not going to feel the effects, and then it just like slam ground because it's got
Unless you
nowhere
get-
else to go.
Unless you get caught on the top of it.
Even
you
then,
get slammed with it.
no,
You don't think so?
no.
I think it's possible.
But yeah, that's like the safest place to be.
No, I had no idea.
Safest place to be during a mudslide,
Yeah.
anywhere that it's not happening.
And that's the end of the next episode.
Heard it here first. Safety podcast. Got it. Boats during tsunamis, outside during earthquakes, other places than the mudslide currently happening? If it's happening in San Francisco, anybody? I don't know. Go to Kentucky.
No, we don't want them that close.
I'm talking about the people who are visiting.
I was really afraid of where you might go with mudslide in San Francisco.
They do poop outside, like a lot.
What?
Yeah. Oh, San
yeah, you
Francisco's
haven't heard about that?
disgusting.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of homeless people.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
even I'm pretty-
regular people.
regular people just pooping outside. It's like
I don't know if that's true.
India?
it's like you know how you have like you go to places and you have like Chinatown, Little Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Little India.
they got a little brown town.
Yeah. Two meanings.
I.
I mean, no, I was told
Where are you
Like-
getting these stats?
okay,
The Poop Organization of America.
No, it's like pretty well known. Wikipedia.
It's not a good source.
It's the best source. Anybody can put whatever they want. That's how you know you get the best stuff. Michael Scott.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, I would believe that, especially if they were Indians, because hotel I worked at, where we had Indian weddings from time to time, there were some times that you would go into the restrooms and sitting next to the toilet would be some fresh logs.
I don't get that. Like, why? There's a toilet right there.
They
It's like walking in the street next to a sidewalk. You should run those people over. They deserve it.
it's just
I don't know what ethnicity these people were, but when I was in college, I'm pretty sure that these guys would pee in like a
Well, yeah, they pee in bottles and then go dump them in the bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
what?
Yeah, that's a big Indian thing.
What?
I'm pretty sure it's Indian. It's someplace.
Hey, did you guys,
It's part of the culture. You pee in bottles and then you can dump them in the toilet and flush them.
speaking of Indian culture, but not that kind. Do you guys know how like the Indian culture works? Or like whenever you get married and stuff?
Yeah, your parents move in with you.
Oh, you move in with your parents.
Yeah.
So like if this when the son gets married, him and his new wife move into the same house as the parents.
Awful.
And then like, yeah, I mean, can you imagine if you have kids young? You have like 4 generations of people in that house.
Yeah.
I got 2 generations of people in my house and I can't get sleep.
I don't like even no matter how wealthy they are either.
Yeah.
Like the dad's a doctor and his son's a doctor and then his son's a doctor. They all still live in the same house. What's the point? Work at a gas station. Work at McDonald's. Or don't
Do they
work
have
at all.
McDonald's?
What?
They've got McDonald's in India, right? If you're
There's
from
McDonald's
India and you're
everywhere.
listening to this podcast, can you send us like a message
I
on
mean, I can find
Instagram,
out for you right
I
now.
mean,
at Woah What Pod? Because I want to know what they serve. More importantly, more so than if they're there or not. I want to know.
I feel like
12
there's
years of
almost-
leadership in food service retailing in India, McDonald's now has a network of over 160 restaurants across the country, with its first restaurant launch way back in 1996.
Do we
Yeah, I
think
feel
that
like there's
McDonald's?
nowhere McDonald's isn't.
Do we think that McDonald's are the real globalists?
McDonald's in India has no beef or pork
Okay.
due to the.
Oh yeah.
Clientele.
I didn't even think about that.
All chicken and fish.
I bet they sell
Some
the
lamb?
crap
You
out
think
of
they got some
McChickens.
lamb?
About to find out.
McSheep?
McSheep?
What do you think? The McRib is just like a lamb chop instead. The McChop.
Oh.
Apparently, there's a boycott of McDonald's going on in India right now.
Oh,
They're
is there?
selling halal meat.
I was gonna say halal. I didn't know if halal was
It is.
Indian or like Middle Eastern.
I think it's both.
They have relatively similar food preferences. Don't they?
Yeah, to my knowledge, from what little I know, yes.
Interesting.
I'm not even. Wait, they have a vegetarian pizza McPuff.
Pizza McPuff?
Yeah.
Are we talking like?
That's a fancy hot pocket,
Yeah, are we talking like
which
the
we're not
puffs-
sponsored by. But we're
like-
we're open to conversation.
like the pizza puffs that you can get at like Huck's? Is that what we're kind of looking at here?
I don't know. I haven't found a picture yet. But they have a veg pizza McPuff. They also have a veg McMuffin, which doesn't really make any sense. It's a veggie.
Do they have
You
anything
think-
called the McBah?
No, they have the McEgg.
Don't look at me like that.
Oh my gosh!
Don't try and joke shame me.
I'm not. I don't shame anybody because I'm fat shaming or kink shaming or whatever. Maybe I do shame people. No, that's disappointing.
You make chicken in India costs $1.29. Oh no, that's here. And then
Yeah. I was gonna say that sounds awfully familiar.
in India, the McChicken costs $1.38. 9 more cents.
But
Doesn't seem like that big of a difference to really,
put it on
report
there.
in the.
Well,
Man,
no,
the
it's just
amount
about
of-
drawing comparisons.
The amount of money I would have to pay to go pay 9 more cents for a McChicken.
I wonder if it's better.
Think so?
I don't. I'm just wondering.
I mean, I don't think it can be.
Why?
Why would it be?
Why wouldn't it be?
Why would it be better there than it is here?
Because they've got a smaller menu, so quality over quantity. Here
It's McDonald's.
yeah, but it's we
It's
listen.
not Ruth's
yeah.
Chris India.
It's
Yeah, okay.
but it's not America McDonald's.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Chinese McDonald's, Japanese McDonald's, like, these
They do some
different
weird stuff
countries.
over there.
Yeah, they have, like, regional kind of items on their menus.
The Indian menu is primarily fast food with no healthy options at all. So
I wonder how many people eat at McDonald's in India a year. For like
right
a
now, there's
day.
a boycott.
Oh
there's a
yeah,
boycott.
much
Hashtag
less now
boycott
than it used to
McDonald's.
be. Oh well.
Still a lot of income.
I mean, they only have 160 locations.
Yeah, because
Big
how many?
population.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like, and they all ride like the same train.
Yeah.
You've seen the pictures. Right?
So they only have 160 locations in India. And there are 13,368 in America.
Jeez. Yeah, how much bigger?
How much is that compared to Walmart?
So 13,368.
Oh, there's no
almost.
way there's as many Walmarts as
There's no
McDonald's.
way.
Not even close.
Okay, I'm going to take my guess. I'm going to say there are 3,472 Walmarts in the United States.
I'm gonna say 5,300. How many cities are there? Okay, like Evansville's got 2.
What did I just say? 3,472?
Yeah.
I was less than 100 off. 2019, 3,570.
3,500.
Oh, that's super centers only. Neighborhood markets, there's another 813.
We have one of those too. We have 3.
We have, well, if you count Newburgh, yeah.
I don't. We have 3 here because we've got one
On the west side,
on the west side,
one on the east side, one.
and then the neighborhood
on
market
First
on
Avenue.
north side.
There's another one.
In Evansville?
There's one on First Avenue, the neighborhood market there.
Okay, there's a neighborhood market on First Avenue. There's a neighborhood market on Van Avenue. Well,
What?
It's actually not on Van
Oh
Avenue,
my
but
gosh,
you can
I
get to it from
forgot
Van
about
Avenue.
that.
So you're
Yeah.
saying we have 5 Walmarts?
And
We
then
have
you
4.
have East Side
if you include
Walmart and
Newburgh,
West
which
Side
is
Walmart.
close enough.
Yeah, and then Boonville. There's 6 right
So
here.
there's 6 within like 12 miles.
Yeah, then you got Boonville and then Newburgh. Yeah.
So within like a 15 square
Henderson
mile
Walmart?
or
Dude,
15-mile radius, we have 5 or 6
So
Walmarts.
yes, right?
What?
Does Henderson have one?
At the very
Yeah,
least, they've got
somewhere.
a neighborhood.
They have a Target, which means they have to have a Walmart.
Henderson has a Target?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm pretty positive they do. I've
I'm
driven
pretty
by
sure
it.
they don't.
Oh no, I know they have a Walgreens. At
They
least
do
one.
have at least one.
Sure.
I've been to one.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Target in Henderson.
I will find out.
There's 2 in Evansville,
Yeah, that's true. I always forget the other one exists.
also in North Park.
Easy to forget.
People local who are listening to this will understand what we're saying.
Didn't there used to be one on the west side?
Target?
Yeah. It was like where
I don't
Kohl's.
think
It's
so.
like it was like where Kohl's is now.
What is that place called?
No, what, Target?
Oh, no.
I don't think
First
so.
Okay. My phone just had a stroke and took me to somewhere way far away. But there is a place here called Ethel M. Chocolates Factory and Cactus Garden.
Where's that?
What
Wait.
the fuck?
Why
Is
are those two things in the same?
a chocolate factory and a cactus garden in the same location? In the same business.
I
I don't know if I trust those chocolates.
there was a place in Vegas
Well,
that
that's near Vegas.
there was a place in Vegas that I drove by that was, what was it? It was a drive-through where you could get donuts, sushi, and married.
Wait, what's that one?
You
all
know
through the
what?
drive-through.
All right.
What, you guys remember that meme of that guy doing that ad for the barbecue and foot massage place?
Yeah,
You get barbecue and foot massage instead.
that's a win if
Wait,
I've ever heard
can
of
I
it.
get a foot massage with barbecue sauce?
What?
In America, yeah, probably.
I was barbecue sauce on my
Just-
titties.
Just curious, man.
I would imagine so. You can probably put barbecue sauce on anything in the United States.
Yeah.
Why?
You might want to go get like a spicy crab roll and dip it in McDonald's barbecue sauce.
You know what? I'd try it.
Can we, while we're looking this up, Aaron?
No, there's no Target in Henderson, but there is one in Owensboro.
I knew there was one in Owensboro. Can you describe for the listeners the shirt Max is wearing?
In a nice
Do
way.
you need me to stand up so you can get the
No, I
picture?
got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I see it well enough. It's like a faded purple, like a gray. All of the designs are in gray, grayish tan. Okay, so it almost looks like
I would
the
say that's
shirt.
other way around.
It almost
Go
looks
on.
like the shirt has a base layer of gray, and then you were standing behind a plant while someone was spray painting the wall purple.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Like, that-
Like a plant, a fake one, obviously. I mean, I don't hate it. There's just also
it's
something
like if
about
you
it I
turned a
don't like.
Hawaiian shirt into a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
But instead of all these bright, vivid imagery and colors, it's just like a silhouette.
It's like a Hawaiian shirt that was turned into a t-shirt for somebody who has sensory issues.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the Cocoa Melon version of the t-shirt.
Oh no, Coco Melon.
I hate it. We stopped being in my house.
Yeah, same.
I never played
here.
it once in my house. so
Although
it's
every now and then Netflix pops it up, and Valerie's like, "Oh, that's my favorite show," and I'm like, "Oh, cool. We're never watching it though."
Yeah. So did you, Aaron? You won't be able to comment on this, but did you notice like a personality change in your child while watching Cocoa Melon, or in the time frame of watching Cocoa Melon?
Yes, and it has not gone away.
Oh, so ours went away.
No, she's first off, she's way too smart for how old she is. Secondly, she is about as sassy as I would imagine, like your typical movie, like preteen or teenager. It's too much for me. I also blame YouTube for that.
Yeah, so we have kind of switched gears. Well, we switched gears away from Cocoa Melon and then went to Blippi. And then the same thing happened.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't good. So then we switched. We went to Trash Truck on Netflix, which did
Oh, Trash Truck.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Um,
Shark Dog?
not done Shark
Oh, dude,
Dog.
Shark Dog's good.
A friend of mine says Blaze is that's the monster truck show.
Oh, we haven't watched it.
But now we're on
Don't look at me
to
like that.
Hudson's Playground,
Okay, I don't think
which
I
is
know that
just
one.
it's a guy whose family has owned like a hay farm like for 100 years or something.
Oh, okay.
He just like takes his kids and plays around with tractors and stuff. My
Yeah.
oldest son is always like, watch tractors. He's like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
he's almost 3 and like,
Can we call it a hay farm?
yeah,
I just own land with grass.
yeah, you can.
Like, it's the same shit.
Yeah, but they specifically do hay. That's it.
Or they could just not do anything, and all they do is hay because they have grass.
I'm sure there's more to it than that.
It's
I don't believe grass is the same thing as hay.
you let it grow long enough, unmolested, you'll probably get hay.
I don't agree with that.
Find out.
I don't believe that I could hay farm my yard.
If you drove
Well,
by a farm, you'd say,
hang on. Sometimes you
Max, I drove to your house 2 weekends ago, and I couldn't see people through your yard.
might. Have you mowed it?
Could see people in my yard.
Have you mowed it since then?
Some of it.
Oh my gosh.
It was middle of the chest height, and I
Okay,
am not a
first
small
off, I
individual.
also want to say part of my anger, aside from like some other things today, is because it wasn't supposed to rain today. Today was going to be, I was going to do everything, the bushes, the weed eating, taking down any like of the weird weed trees that are growing in my yard. Do it.
Yeah, he has
all.
weed trees that are like at least 12 feet tall. At least.
Yeah. They're,
And you know what he
it,
said?
it starts out as like just a weed, and then as it grows, the stalk starts to get like a bark on it. And it just
What are
keeps
you
growing.
growing in your yard?
I don't
Well,
know.
it's not marijuana, I can tell you that. So when he was there, he was about to explain himself, and I cut him off. He goes, "There's only one time the year that it gets like this." I go, "Yeah." So it's cold during the winter, and then it starts to grow in spring, and then it gets over your head in summer, and then about fall time, it just starts to die again, and then it's back to normal.
Have you mowed like
Hay is grass, legumes, or other plants that have been out or cut and dried to be stored. So it's just grass.
have you mowed your front yard at least? I'm gonna have to drive by yours today.
I didn't even go in there.
Okay. So there's another thing. Show up yesterday, and okay, so I had to come here, get the Kia, drop off my dad's truck at my parents' house, get the kids, get back to my house. I had to be at my parents' house by 6:30. I did not get home till about like 5:30. When I arrived at home, Margaret was mowing the front yard. Then I told her what time it was, and she said, "Oh no, we better get ready to go." So half of my front yard is.
I don't know if that's worse or better. I think that might be worse.
What?
Okay, if I had to describe Max's lawn for you simply, I would say it almost appears as if Max is trying to make you think from the street his house isn't there.
I mean, ultra camouflage.
Did the heat we had like the last 2 weeks not like scorch it?
No,
No, it's flourishing.
it kept it from growing anymore, except for like some of the weeds. But yeah, other than that, no, the heat did not scorch it.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
a very resilient
Yeah,
grass.
Max
I went-
currently
Trust me.
lives in the lawn and garden center of a Lowe's.
I went 2 weeks during that heat without mowing, and whenever I finally did mow it, like the backyard was easy to follow my tracks. The front yard was not. It was like the front yard. Well, we cut a tree down in the front yard in the spring, but like
Still haven't moved it.
I know we got to do something about that.
It's
But
still just laying there.
but like even 2 weeks in, like not bad.
Okay, I don't know what kind of grass is in my front or backyard, but the grass is so resilient that one year I almost exclusively mowed the front, left the back alone, and it died in the fall and winter, and then come around, and it lost about half its height, and then come like spring to summer, it just rejuvenated itself. It automatically popped back up to the same height it was when it died.
I have a very real question. How many times this summer do you mow?
Yeah. When was the last time you mowed? Do you
Full,
think?
The last time I
full
mowed,
on.
Yeah. If you say any less than 4 weeks, I will come across this table friend and you're a liar.
what do you mean any less than 4 weeks?
There's no way you've mowed in the last 4 weeks with what I saw
Completely
2 weeks ago.
front and backyard.
Because that was 2 weeks ago. So we're already at 2 weeks.
I feel like we're being mean.
Oh no, yeah, actually, it was about 4 weeks ago.
That is the lowest answer I will accept. I will say this, his grass is not that tall. It's just the weeds in the
Ooh,
grass that are that.
Do you have a good weed eater?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got ours.
he stole it.
So I've got one where I like changed the head housing and all that stuff on it, and it's got the plastic blades that you can snap in.
Mhm.
you need it and get rid of some of that stuff, you just let me know. You can let that thing eat.
You just won't get it back for at least a
Oh,
year.
I'll get it back because I use it every week.
Yeah, he'll get it back. I respect him.
Okay, quick change of subject. Max, you'll be happy to know that I bet the Cardinals today.
Oh, did you?
I've got a little
Wait, who are they playing?
The Phillies.
Oh, okay.
I've got a little parlay.
Because Atlanta was a gong show.
Well, I've got a parlay where I've got the White Sox over the Tigers -1.5, and the
Mhm.
Cardinals over the Phillies -1.5. Currently, bottom of the sixth, White Sox are leading 7-0 with one on first and third. Top of the seventh, 2 out. Game is tied at 0 for the Cardinals and the Phillies. I need something to happen. Here.
Something? Let me get the boys on the phone.
Figure it out. No, and they brought old ass Albert Pujols back.
Right?
I'm
Wait,
so lost.
I want to. No, here's where I got lost. You won't understand this at all. But between Steven and I, what were Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina doing pitching? Did you not hear about that?
Yeah, it didn't go well, right?
Pujols did but not well. And Yachty, I mean, he had a few good
I'm gonna be honest with
goes
you.
at it, but not really.
I'm gonna be honest. If I see Yadier Molina pitching, there's two options of things that I want to see happen. I want to see every member on the other team hit a home run off of him in an inning,
Yeah.
or a ball come right back at him
How many
You
more
know,
years do
with
we
your-
think baseball has?
forever.
Forever.
Really?
Yeah.
It's already dying, and it's been dying
Yeah.
for a long time.
No, they'll be fine.
Yeah, baseball will never die.
Why not?
It just won't. I think they're gonna have to change.
I hope we get a lot of views on this, and I want to start a protest against baseball. Baseball's
protesting
existence.
baseball.
Oh, I'm so tired of having this conversation with you.
Hate baseball.
I'm so tired of this.
It's so boring. Unless they can start punching each other, it's not going to last that long.
It should
Back in the day.
They should just be able to like
Nolan
they're
Ryan.
trying to steal second. You
Oh.
should be able to run to second and punch the guy in the face.
I mean, you
I
can
think they need to
almost
figure-
do that.
No, I think they need to figure out how to speed the game up.
It's so slow
Okay, I could agree with that.
and so
And
boring.
I've always said that like 162 games is too many, but baseball shot themselves in the foot by not having a salary cap and stuff like that. So these teams are offering these crazy contracts to people, and now they have to have 162 games in a year.
Dude.
You've got to play your 81 home games that hopefully you sell out so you can make payroll.
Right.
Maybe
like-
baseball would be more interesting if they drop that down to like 50.
Well,
Let's get 50 games.
I said they should just do NBA, NHL schedule. It's 82 games.
Oh yeah.
You're basically cutting the season in half. And there's a bunch of people who think that basketball and hockey have their seasons too long. But like, I mean, 82 games is a lot. But I mean, there's enough going on that in hockey, at least, I'm not going to say this about basketball, but in hockey, there's enough going on that's like every game is interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, I can fix baseball right now.
Let's hear it.
Every single player has the option to go on as much juice as they want to. And they start playing with a concrete bat.
Wait,
Like
No,
a
no, no, no,
concrete
no, no, no.
molded bat.
aluminum. Bats.
Aluminum bat.
No, I
Yeah.
want concrete.
No,
No,
Because
aluminum
if it
bat.
slips out, I want someone to die in the crowd. Like, I want it to be the most dangerous
Okay,
sport.
Here's what I've said about baseball's home run derby: aluminum bats and golf balls. That's what they should do.
What?
And just put them like
I'm okay with it.
put them on Alcatraz. And be like, if you can hit land,
if you can hit land.
like that would be nuts. People are gonna die,
Yeah.
but it'd be interesting.
Or let's stop putting them outside. Let's put them in a building with 12-foot ceilings.
Wait.
And then the
what?
ball just bounces off of everything and it's just knocking people unconscious. You better catch it or it's going to hurt. A lot. Like a lot. I want it to become so dangerous the outfielders have to wear helmets.
So you want them to be playing? What's it called? I lie.
I don't know
More or
what it is,
less.
But sure.
I lies. I think that's still considered the most dangerous sport in the world.
Oh yeah.
It's where they've got,
they're
like, the-
slinging.
The ball is like a pool ball,
yeah.
but bigger, and they've got those big. when we were
like,
kids,
claw
it's like
things?
when we were kids, we had those like the like half moon thing you'd throw the little softball
yeah.
with.
Oh yeah.
Well, Highlight is that with longer half moon things, stronger dudes, and larger, basically pool balls that they're throwing to each other.
Or how about this? We just change up the whole setup, and we have offense and defense on the outfield and on the bases. So people are like, you're trying to catch the ball, and someone's trying to just knock you down, so you can't catch it.
We need to. We're gonna create a baseball, or what slam ball is to basketball for baseball.
Yeah.
Just
let's do
offense
it.
and defense in the
Or just do basketball. The movie was a success. Put that crap on pay-per-view and hope for the best. Can you imagine getting like players mic'd up for psych outs? Especially guys who know each other really well and probably know some things that their wives did they shouldn't have. 162 games is a long season. You get a situation where you're playing 3 games in Cincinnati, 3 games in
I would
Philly,
say
3
they know
games in
about
New York.
the away wives.
Yeah. And that can be, you can use one psych out like a game where like you can like, okay, now the wife comes in and you have to tell her something
Yeah.
that he did. Good luck. That would be interesting.
What, Aaron?
You don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Really snitching.
Well, who cares?
You know, the people that get stitches for doing that, they probably care.
I'm not gonna be the one who snitches.
I mean, you came up with the idea.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
you're
gonna be like the
guilty by
commission
association.
or anything. No. We're gonna let somebody else patent it.
Well,
We'll
that's just a bad business move.
Yeah, but then it keeps me safe. We'll comment on it. We'll be the forefront. We'll be the leading podcast on all things basketball.
Yeah, but then you're spreading what they said as a snitch, which makes you guilty by association again.
No, because it's all on TV. It doesn't matter. We're just reporting on it.
Matters.
It doesn't matter.
Something happens on live TV, then it gets reported on the next 2 weeks. Same thing.
Do they tell the truth about it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying though. Like you're saying we're going to report on it, therefore he's a snitch. Still,
I have a question. Completely unrelated, and I don't know why it popped into my head.
All that free space.
Would you guys consider? Would you guys consider? Because our parents have always tell us growing up that we're not supposed to lie.
I'm really afraid of where this
People
is
lie all
going.
the time for good or bad reason.
Yeah, you're right, they do. But we're taught not to lie, right? Every single holiday and tooth you lose until you're like, what, 7? Your
Yeah.
parents are full-fledged lying to you.
100%.
Do we think that's okay?
I mean,
Wait. Like
you don't really get the point of it,
lying
to be
to
honest.
kids about
Like Santa and the Easter Bunny. And sorry if you're under 7 listening to this podcast. It sounds like you have shitty parents to begin with. But so
I mean, I don't get the point.
I think it's the childlike wonder. Like, I know.
you're trying to keep that whimsy alive for as long as possible.
Yeah, because this world
She's gonna crush it anyway.
is going to crush it. So let them have some fun while they can.
Yeah, but let them imagine their own shit. Why does it have to be the Easter Bunny? Why can't it be like the Easter tortoise?
Easter Velociraptor.
You know, like, just let them imagine whatever.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with
don't
that.
tell them and be
Yeah,
like, oh,
but
your
then
tooth's
you've got-
gone. I don't know what happened to it.
But then you've
It's the
got,
marketing.
yes, marketing. But then you've got however many kindergartners sitting there in class at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Because
This might be okay.
I'm okay
they
with
can't
it.
agree.
Yeah, it teaches
on
them how to
what's what.
debate.
All right, and we just created another pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
These kids about to fight each other over whether it's an Easter raptor, Easter tortoise, or Easter bunny.
I mean, it's just
My
like
money's on the
Valentine's Day.
raptor, kid.
It's just like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a farce. It doesn't exist. It was created so they could sell chocolates and flowers.
No.
Yeah, it's stupid.
no.
It was St. Valentine, right?
It's stupid.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, yes.
Top of the 7th, 2 out, 2 on for the Phillies right now.
Ooh,
Not good.
Not going great. I mean, yes, St. Valentine, pretty sure, was beheaded on said date.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know this story at all. I've just heard St. Valentine.
Okay.
So roping all the way back
double
around is a
check.
farce.
Someone Google for
All right.
me here, but I'm pretty sure it was an act of martyrdom, and he was beheaded. For what reasons? I don't remember. But
Being a loser, buying his girl flowers all the time. Valentine beheaded on February 14th around the year 270 AD. A holy priest in Rome in the days of the Emperor Claudius II is said to have been executed under the rule of Claudius the Cruel. Rome was involved in many unpopular and bloody campaigns.
I mean, yeah, that's just kind of Rome for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
He was a martyr for the Catholic Church.
yeah. There you go.
So where in that am I supposed to get that I need to buy flowers and chocolates and a fuzzy bear
and like a $200 dinner
and a $200 dinner for absolutely no reason, other than this dude got beheaded that no one's ever heard about, other than loosely because of Valentine's Day.
We got a phone call, work related, that we had to take. But everything's good. So, ignore the really weird cut that you'll hear, and we'll get right back into it. Quick update. Cardinals still have not scored, but the Phillies also did not score.
Hey, there we go.
So we're in the 8th inning. Need 2 runs. Kind of seems like the White Sox have it locked up. So
They've been wearing the same socks for a long time.
A long time.
Yeah, them and the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
They need to switch up their socks. You know, my grandpa told me
What?
any year's a good year when you get new socks.
That's actually true.
You know
The
what?
only
Yeah.
criteria for a good year is that you got new socks.
Like, okay, good socks and good footwear
Orthotics.
in general. I mean, I don't have orthotics.
But it would be nice if you did.
Oh, it probably would be. I have grown to appreciate that so much. Like,
Your feet are
before,
important.
I was like, oh, just let me wear like some thin Converse or like canvas shoes with no support in them. Now I want everything to have support.
There's something about the two words canvas and shoe being next to each other that I don't like.
So I got the last time I bought new socks it was at the beginning of the year, but I was in Dawson Springs where the tornado went through,
Yeah.
and it was the day that it just like dumped a ton of snow out of seemingly nowhere.
Right.
So I'm driving down, and I'm like 45 minutes into the drive, and I've been for 45 minutes been doing like max speed of 50 on the interstate because of all the snow. Past that though, it cleared up 75, 80, cruise control. We were buzzing.
Yeah.
Then I get a phone call from one of the guys that's on site and it's like, hey, I have a list of things we need. Can you stop by Lowe's and pick them up?
Yeah.
Sure, no problem. So turn around at the exit. I go back like the 15 minutes that it was to get to Lowe's.
Yeah.
And at that Lowe's, whenever I walked in, it was like spitting snow, nothing on the ground, no problem. We were good. We were good. I go into Lowe's. I'm not kidding. I was in Lowe's for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I'm picking up hand warmers, gloves, and like one other thing, and I can't remember what it was. I come out of Lowe's and you can't see the parking lot. I was like, well, come on. So now it was like another, like you get 45 minutes, you got like another 30 is the drive, right? So like that 30 minutes, had I not had to go back to Lowe's, would have been 30 minutes in the clear, no problem. We were back to 50. The whole rest of the way. We've got excavators and skid steers and all this stuff going. There's snow, just dumping snow. People are sliding off the roads. All this. I mean, it was nuts. It was nuts. My brother-in-law was down there like filling in for like the Dawson Springs Police Department because they've been working overtime. And so like he was down there and he left before I did to get back. And he was like texting me. He's like, hey, roads seem okay. Roads seem okay. And they were for like the first 45 minutes of the drive.
Right.
But the last, what should have taken 30 minutes, I didn't go faster than 25 miles an hour. People were slid off everywhere. There's black eyes everywhere. It was awful.
What does this have to do with socks?
It knocked his socks off.
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad you said that because now I remember. So I wasn't expecting any of this snow. I'm sorry for getting off on a tangent there. I wasn't expecting any of this snow. So I get down there and I'm wearing like hey dudes.
Oh, I thought you were going to be
Mistake.
rocking the Crocs.
Well, I drove down.
Either
in the
one's the
Crocs.
mistake.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I'm gonna have to switch to my hey dudes. Like, not even 4-wheel drive is gonna help this.
Yeah.
So I put my hey dudes on, but it snowed so much snow so fast that like I was on the hunt. I didn't have socks. You don't wear socks with hey dudes. Like the sole comes out.
You
so
knew it was snowing. So why were you wearing
wasn't-
dudes and no socks?
because it wasn't supposed to be snowing where we were.
I feel like it's a precaution you have to.
Well, I should, but so I had to go to the Dollar General and find some socks. I hate them.
Oh,
I hate them.
you can probably feel the seam on the top of your toes. Oh, that's the
You
worst.
actually can. It's
Oh, that's the
the
worst.
socks are so bad, but that was the last time I bought socks. Like I wear Crocs most of the time, and I bring extra shoes to work.
Yeah.
If I need to change. So that was the last time I bought socks. It was not a good experience. I would not rope that in with you had a good year if you got new socks, if those are the socks.
And the thing is that when the seam rubs on top, it's always right at the cuticle.
Yeah.
It's always right at the cuticle, and it just rubs it raw over the course of a day. And it's like, I'd rather just like, I'm gonna go home sick because my socks are rubbing my cuticle.
Well, I didn't have boots. I went to like 3 different places looking for boots, and like
Even if you had boots, it'd take 2 people to get them on anyway.
by
so
the
it's
way,
like-
like the 3 places I could go look for boots was not good. And they were like, "Oh, you can go to I can't even remember where, but it's like a 30-minute drive in good weather. It would take half my day to get there to buy boots." So I just kind of stuck it out. I bought some horrible socks, put those on, put my hey dudes on, and then whenever it was time to leave, I took all that stuff off and barefooted with the foot warmers on in the truck, my Crocs.
Speaking of boots, did we ever tell you about the time that I had to help him get his boots on when we went hunting?
Wait, first, let me ask, what kind of boots?
Your Ariats.
Okay.
Like duck.
No, the duck boots I can put on. It's the Ariats that I can't like feet are too wide for them evidently. And it takes like somebody else holding it.
It took him sitting in a chair, both hands on the upper portion of these boots, and me holding the front and the back, full force, shoving up, and him pulling
That's
up
why I bought duck boots.
with full force just to get like per boot. It took what, 10 minutes
Yeah, it was
to
ridiculous.
get your boots on with
Wow.
assistance?
Yeah, so
It was awful.
I don't wear those anymore, obviously. That's why I got the duck boots. And then now, of course, I have like actual hunting boots.
Yeah.
They're like waterproof, insulated, camo,
Well, obviously.
all that. So yeah, those boots are terrible. And look, they're old. They kind of look like cowboy boots, and I'm not into it.
No?
No, I don't like it.
Do we think that if you wear cowboy boots with jeans, you have to wear a large belt buckle?
I don't think you
I
have
don't
to.
think you have to.
But it's wrong
because
if
I
you don't, right? Like, put that in the wrong category.
I don't-
I think it
I don't
depends on
think
the
it's
market
wrong.
you're in.
Yeah.
If you're wearing jeans and cowboy boots, you've made your own market. And you're wearing a large belt buckle.
Also, are we talking pointed toe or square toe?
Pointed toe is worse. Square toe is not as bad.
Yeah. Pointed toe.
If you're
I'd
wearing
say
pointed toe cowboy
you have
boots,
to wear the buckle.
you have to have tassels on something.
What?
Yeah. I see.
Wait, I was looking at scores.
He said if you're wearing pointed cowboy boots, you have to have tassels on some article.
Of your clothing.
Of
And
your
you
clothing.
also have to have that stupid star thing that hangs off the back of your boots. Whatever the hell that's called.
A
Spurs?
Yeah, that. You also have to have spurs. You also have to have
No.
jeans that you paid
I don't
entirely
think-
too much money for.
I disagree with
I don't
a
think
lot
you
of what's
have
being
to.
said.
You also have to be somewhat sexually attracted to one of your family.
Okay, what about rounded toe?
Why?
There is a rounded toe.
Yeah, but why?
Oh,
Why would you even consider that as an option? Like, pointed toe's bad.
I'm a big
Rounded
square toe
toe?
guy.
Rounded toe is like a fashion statement to like, I'm different.
I mean, you're
Your mind
definitely going
rounded?
and boot scooting and boogieing.
I don't know.
Can
They're
you
your
guys?
big-
This is not even related at all. Can you guys explain to me what cuffing season is?
when like it's like okay, cuffing season is
Doesn't sound appropriate.
like
I don't think it is. Probably.
okay.
Okay. Full disclosure.
I
I've been
can't remember what it used to be called. It's like fall when you're like a lot of people are getting into relationships. That's what it is. It's like getting into a
get through
relationship.
the winter.
You're cuffing up somebody.
What?
I hate that.
Not in a like I'm gonna take you to my basement in the back of my van type vibe.
Okay,
but like
I understand.
we're going to be in a consensual relationship at least for the cold months. That's what cuffing season means.
Oh my god, that happened to me.
Oh, it happens.
I mean, people,
Holy.
it's ingrained
Yeah.
into your body because you know you got to have somebody keep you warm when you didn't have central air.
I've been watching. I've been watching X on the Beach, Peak of Love, and Romeo always starts it off with.
You
It's cuffing season. I love those shows.
I honestly kind of like Love Island.
Do you? There's
Wait, it is
no. Yours is too hot. to
too
handle.
hot to handle. Like I haven't tried Love Island.
There's people on X on the Beach from Love Island.
We haven't watched Love Island, so that doesn't help.
Well, I know. I'm saying that there's a connection.
Too hot to handle is good. It's just cringy at the same time.
Yeah, it's cringy. They're all cringy.
I was gonna say every
Because-
single one is cringy.
Well, I mean, they're all picked for their physical attributes and not for anything related to their head.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
they're
obviously.
they just say some dumbest
That
shit.
makes the best TV.
I mean, yeah, but it's like
I mean, watch. Have you ever seen CNN? People still watch it.
a lot of people watch it, unfortunately.
I don't think they pick people for their looks there either. Have you seen Brian Stelter? Totally straight, by the way. What?
I don't know.
Just still. So Max and I were talking the other day about like old MTV shows that we
Oh,
watched.
okay.
I still haven't remembered the name of that other one.
What?
Like
What Pimp My Ride? That should have fucked back in the day.
Pimp My Ride was terrible.
It was
It
awesome
was, but
until
it
you
was
really look
great.
into it, and they didn't actually fix any of the problems. They just put a really vibrant paint job and a bunch of stuff you don't need, and your transmission still doesn't work.
I mean, I don't know how
It's
they.
a street order, is what it is.
I don't know if they would get away with not fixing anything mechanically.
They didn't. If you look up Pimp My Ride, like trauma stories or whatever they call them,
Oh yeah.
they didn't fix. Like if your motor was bad, you're living it, but you're gonna have a sick ass paint job and some big ass subwoofers in there. It's a street
And a
ornament.
fish tank in the center
Yeah,
console.
and a fish tank in the center console and a screen that comes out of your hood with an Xbox.
That's
an
hooked up to
original
an original
Xbox that's mounted to your sunroof.
Yeah.
But no, it won't move. It's just if it was mechanically broken before, it's still mechanically broken. We just made it look different.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's because it's kind of like 16 and Pregnant. It's still broken after the show's over. They just put it on TV.
Yeah.
Do you think they get paid good for that?
No,
No.
Like, what are we talking? Like 10 grand?
probably not.
Healthcare?
Probably not.
I mean, all you'd have to give them is like shitty healthcare, and they'd be happy.
Like, have you heard Aziz Ansari's joke about it?
No, I don't
He's like-
listen to him.
He's like talking about like my Super Sweet 16 whenever that was on,
Oh,
and it's
my
like the
gosh.
girls like, and he's like comparing the two shows.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh the car isn't the car I wanted. It's not what I wanted. He's like, they're living in their car. So they got 3 people living in like a Honda Coupe.
Yeah.
So there are more people than their doors. So my car's not the right. He goes, says next. He's like, oh, but the car's not the right color. And he goes, their kid isn't the right color. So they got a completely different kid. And then he was like, well, I can't remember how he says it exactly, but he's talking about like he's like whenever they end the show, they're like, all right, we're done with 16 and Pregnant. We're gonna go over to the other side of town where their shit is way better than yours. You should see it. It's a shame we couldn't swap your lives for a week. It is nuts.
Okay, different form of entertainment, but still entertainment based. And because Aaron mentioned the Xbox on your sunroof, you guys might disagree with me, but I feel like in the video game world, there really haven't been any bangers released lately.
Yeah, because every single one that was supposed to
Mm,
be is a horror story, i.e., Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
We waited like 6 years for this game to come out, and it just was broken.
Okay. Comparison is
I mean, it's an alright game.
what was it? It was Ghost Recon.
Wildlands or whatever.
Breakpoint.
No,
Breakpoint was-
Wildlands. Yeah. Because my brother and I waited so long for that to come out. And every E3, it was like, all right, it'll be another year. Okay, it'll be another
We're
year.
still waiting for Grand Theft 6.
Yeah. And then
It's been
finally they
almost a
released it.
decade.
It's been
And
more than that, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it did come out. Or no, I
Yeah.
think it came out in
It's like 13 years.
2011.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they finally released
Or
Wildlands and it was
2013.
It was
almost
2011 or
garbage.
2013.
I blame Cyberpunk though on people who probably lived through the Wildlands like constant not getting released and then pressuring the company into putting it
Getting it.
out.
They
Yeah.
delayed the game like 6 times. Though, so-
2013. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was it's
Yeah,
almost
it's
a
almost
decade.
a decade.
But no, I feel like yeah, new stuff is coming out, but there's nothing that I've like noteworthy to me.
Right.
Speaking of Grand Theft Auto 5, I've bought it 3 separate times.
What it twice.
I've had it on Xbox
I've bought it
360,
twice.
Xbox One, and PC.
I've had it on Xbox One and PC.
And honestly, I'm not even mad about it. It was worth it every time.
Yeah, Xbox One and PC for me.
Yeah.
It
Like,
was worth it every time.
Now, how many times have I re-downloaded it? That's another story.
I keep mine downloaded.
Well, I guess I'm not going to have that beverage because it's way too loud.
Yeah, and there's really like nothing that's on the horizon that I can think of.
No, I mean, like, sure, they came out with, oh, what's that? It's not Dark Souls, but it might as well be
Elden
Dark
Ring?
Souls. Yeah, Elden Ring.
That
Like,
had pretty good reviews, didn't it?
I mean, it
yeah,
had
it was
great
cool for like a
reviews.
week and then nobody talked about it ever again.
How about Fall Guys?
No.
That lasted
So-
a week.
Yeah.
I saw they're doing new stuff with Fall Guys.
Yeah, Timmy and Doc were playing it the other day
Yeah.
with Z-Laner.
I mean, most games nowadays, especially because I don't play console, they're all early release games. So it's
Well-
like you don't know how good they're going to be for like 3 more years.
Yeah, it's like the Ready or Not, right? Like,
Yeah, Ready or Not is a great game. It's just doesn't have anywhere near all the content it's going to have by the time it's done. So I can't call it a great game because it's not even really released.
right.
But I can play it.
Yeah, I mean, I've played many games like that are
Like
stored in my
Raft.
library.
There's almost no
Right.
game that I've bought in the last 4 years that I bought it full release. I bought it early access.
yeah, I think most of mine are that way.
Unless it's like a big production like a Ghost Recon game
You-
or NASCAR
Yeah.
or something like that. Even though I hate NASCAR and you talked
You
to
know
me
what
about
I
playing
need
it, and
to
we
play
played
it
it 2
again.
times.
We need
and
to
then
play
we never
that.
played it again.
Let's call Luke later. Let's play that tonight.
You know what I think kind of like ruined things a little bit personally?
Liberal Media?
Yes.
I mean,
No.
yes, video games were still affected by that, but
You're gonna get PTSD. You know that? All those violent video games that you play?
that's just the tip of the iceberg.
You're gonna get PTSD.
Were the battle royale games?
Oh, yeah.
PUBG was
No,
so good.
Okay, no, don't
I have a golf game on my phone that has a golf royale on it.
say. I think PUBG was fine. It did a thing. It did great. Everything, but then
Ooh, we should play that too.
a bunch of other
It just doesn't live up to the old
Games.
hype.
We got a new map.
just sat there and decided, you know what? This was such a success. This is what we're going to do. Like,
I'm so glad Fortnite's dead.
Is it
okay,
dead?
we'll see.
Just about.
That's the thing.
Fortnite killed it.
Fortnite pretty much killed it, but also it killed Fortnite. Fortnite was originally made to be a like online multiplayer like story mode game,
Yeah.
which is when I downloaded it. And then they released the battle royale and you You couldn't get anyone to join your lobbies, nothing. It was purely battle royale. Nobody cared about that game anymore.
That
They
game
only wanted
sucks.
battle royale. And then Call of Duty.
They're making sure the nails in the coffin on the battle royale games.
Yeah.
Call of Duty though, Warzone was fun
No, I'm not saying it
until
wasn't
Warzone
fun.
tried to turn my computer into a brick, and then I never downloaded.
Yeah, we really missed out on that King Kong and Godzilla game mode.
I mean, Warzone was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Because it gives you the
was.
opportunity that basically every Call of Duty player wanted already. Is like, yeah, you can play a team deathmatch and you can kill people and whatever. But Call of Duty in itself is a very competitive space.
Yes,
And
you're
they
right.
can measure that.
But they don't do anything to like stop like the hacking and stuff like that.
Well, yeah,
so, like,
I'm not saying from a game
Like they
standpoint.
tried.
Like
but
a
it-
development standpoint, I'm just saying from an idea standpoint, Call of Duty is the best place to put a battle royale because every Call of Duty is much more competitive than I think almost any other game.
yes, you're right.
Yeah,
But they have
and
to do the other part too.
Well, yeah, they just suck.
it
at
was great. Like Warzone was great, but I mean, it caught enough that it again flooded the market. Like still to this day, I can't scroll through Facebook or Instagram without seeing at least one clip of Battle Royale or Warzone.
Yeah.
And then another one, Apex Legends.
I don't like that game.
I mean,
I don't
I think it was okay because I mean, Titanfall really
Pinfall.
didn't have
I didn't like that game either.
I don't want to hear it.
I liked it. I
Okay.
liked the first Titanfall. The problem I had with it was like, hey, there's a campaign mode. No, there wasn't. It was like the
Titanfall 2 there was.
I know, but I'm not going to buy Titanfall 2 after Titanfall screwed me.
Why can't we
Oh,
just
dude,
go back to
Titanfall
days
2
of Battlefield 4?
Titanfall 2 was amazing.
I don't think I ever played that.
And I believe
What?
Apex was the Titanfall brand trying to not
Maybe
only
by the same people.
Huh?
Maybe by the same people, right?
yeah, all the guns, all the kind of characters, everything in Apex is all based on the Titanfall universe.
Gotcha.
But I think that was them trying not to wait however many years they waited for Titanfall 2 and also trying to hop on the battle royale
Well,
train.
and like,
You know the reason
while
I
it was
don't like
killer.
Apex Legends is Steven's fault, right?
why?
Why?
Because I played trios with you and Luke, and the thing is, when I play games with you and Luke, that is multiplayer, I have to prepare my shoulders for you and Luke to sit on them. And the problem with that is, in Apex, you have to shoot somebody with an entire magazine to get them to die.
Yeah.
And I can't kill 3 separate people, one magazine at a time, with 2 dudes looking at walls talking about the structure. It's not an
Luke
easy
sitting there
game.
going, man, I wonder what kind of plumbing they got.
No,
in
I'll
here."
be in a gunfight with 3 dudes. Steven will die off the rip, and Luke will be like, "Where are you guys at?"
But he's got all the ammo.
He's got all the ammo, and he's somewhere. He has no like programmed GPS in his head. He has no idea where he's going.
Yeah,
ever.
because that happened the one time we all played PUBG.
Yeah,
Can
he
we
has
play
no
PUBG
idea.
tonight?
I guess. I mean, I guess it's just after how cool it was when we first played it, going back to it now, it just feels like your character is a brick. Like all your movements are very very harsh. Nothing's smooth about that game.
It's real hard for me because mine doesn't play the game well.
I mean, true. But yeah, it's hard to carry a 3-man squad in Apex, and then that just made me not like the game.
Fair enough.
It died for me. You missed Battlefield 4.
Never played it.
Battlefield 4.
I'll stick by greatest game ever made.
Really?
Yeah, greatest multiplayer shooter.
Okay.
Name one better than Battlefield.
No, I think Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were amazing.
I missed Company.
4. Not as good.
Bad story wise.
Yeah, but for
Bad Company was
multiplayer,
amazing.
there's no Battlefield better than for multiplayer.
I don't think I ever even played any multiplayer on any of the Battlefield
Oh,
games.
Battlefield 4, the best multiplayer of any Battlefield, and I would say any shooter multiplayer.
Now I want to go play games.
You know, I still liked the World War One. I didn't play much of the World War II.
Battlefield 1,
game.
right?
Yeah, it's Battlefield 1
And then Battlefield 5.
and Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 was the World War II one.
Yeah.
Was that the one that died like right away?
Mm,
Was it
Kinda, yeah.
Battlefield like 2042?
2042
Oh,
is the new one.
2042
That
was
Tanked, right?
well,
terrible.
it's just the maps aren't great.
I never played.
I have it.
Well, there was like a
didn't play it much.
petition where people were like trying to get their money back. For
Yeah.
it.
That's the thing with Battlefield. Unless you give us, as a Battlefield community, the exact same game with new shit, we're not going to be satisfied. We don't want a different game. You got it right in Battlefield 4. Just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you have to change? Don't do Call of Duty, where one game you can run up walls and fly, and then the next game it's World War One. Like, just give me the same thing you gave me last time, but add some new stuff too.
Well, see, but the thing was, Battlefield, like, I literally just saw Barstool Game Time post, like, Battlefield through the ages. And, I mean,
Hardline
they've
was
already
trash.
have World War II games. Yeah, Hardline was not good.
It's because they tried to make it
Uh,
into Call of Duty.
They've already had World War II games. And so this was just them going back
Yeah,
and doing it. But I get what you're saying.
yeah. I don't want anything different. I just want Battlefield
Don't give
4.
me Black Ops. Don't give me Black Ops 1 and 2 where, I'm in
Black Ops 1 was amazing.
like the 70s, and then give me Black Ops 3 where I'm in the future and I have special talents and can
Right.
climb up walls.
The thing is, when it comes to a shooter game that is based on current or previous militaries, I'm okay with going back in time, and I'm okay with coming to present. The moment you go into the future and I have a jetpack and I can run up walls and I have claws for fingers and all this other stupid shit, I'm out instantly. I'm instantly out every time.
You know,
I just don't like futuristic. I'm a big fan.
what, Steven?
It's the top of the ninth. There's no out. Runners on the corners. Cardinals are going to screw me.
This is what you get for being an addict.
Well, that ticks me off. Now I want to go play games. So let's pull the plug on this one here. Wednesday mornings, right?
5 a.m. or whatever the hell you told me.
YouTube and Spotify both. Tune in to find us on Instagram at Woah What Pod. YouTube is Woah What Podcast.
And if we can get 25,000 likes on this on YouTube, Steven will jump off the nearest bridge in just his underwear.
That's true. I will do that.
25,000 likes.
I
And
will
we'll
do that.
record
Aware
it.
of this
So-
promotion.
I mean, I just came up with it, and he agreed to it here on air.
So we apologize for our listeners for being gone for 9 months.
But if they want to tune into the next episode, we'll record it in November.
If if you guys want to hear the next episode, check back in 9 months.
Consistency.
Consistency.
It's
That's
3 to
the
4
big thing.
episodes, then a 9-month break. It's seasons, dude. You
It's
gotta have seasons.
Yeah.
We'll record the next time Max mows.
Ooh, that may be longer than 9 months.
It was going to be today if it wasn't for the stupid rain that wasn't supposed to be
It's supposed
here
to be
today.
sunny tomorrow.
What, like 93?
Low of 70 something, high of 80 something. 87, I think, is the high tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to another episode of Woah What. This is Steven.
This is Double Aaron.
Max.
Tune in next week, Wednesday. Thanks.